kind of like the way we've been in a running game. I mean, last week we played the running game extremely well, except for one play, and then that one play we weren't very sound, and they got us. And so, but up until that point, we had played very well. So it's the same way in the passing game with a quarterback like this. You got to keep the ball inside and in front of you, and you got to do a good job of, when you do disguise, make sure you get into the position and don't get out of position, or he'll make you pay for it.
Are you seeing some progression in Harold's pass rushing ability, and also Mike talked about Harold earlier in the week, said he'd like to see him think less, react more on first and second down. So maybe both those fronts on Harold.
Well, yeah, I see him progressing as a pass rusher. I think he's getting better and better the more he plays. And I think to the second one, Mike already spoke to that. So I think it's just a matter of the more that Harold plays, probably the less thinking he'll end up doing. When you're a young guy and you're playing the run and really kind of playing a little different than what you played in college. I mean, he's not that far removed. And we didn't ask him to do a whole lot last year in this particular role. The more he sees it, the less it'll become normal to him, and he'll play faster.
How do you approach defending a guy like Julio Jones? I mean, you can be in the right spot, but sometimes a freak of nature is a kind of a freak of nature. I mean, he's just bigger and stronger than a lot of guys, isn't he?
You see it every week. I mean, around the league, some of the receivers are just so talented, and he may be the most talented of all of them, or at least one of the top ones, if not the top one. You just got to try to do the best that you can. You try to be in position to make a play, and then there's just certain times you got to live with that as a defensive back. You got to live with that as a defensive coach. There's sometimes that guy's just going to out-athlete you, and that's life. That's just the way it is. I mean, everybody wants to see. We all want to have these guys defended. What you don't want is you just don't want a guy running wide open, or that. But it's just when the ball goes up and there's two guys jumping for it, and one's 6'4" and one's 5'8", I can generally guess who's going to probably win that battle. And it's just that's what it is. And so you worry more about guys just being out of position and not being able to try to make a play. If they're there to make the play and the other guy makes a play, or they make a great catch, or the guy makes a great throw on the back shoulder or something like that, I mean, that is never, ever going to change. Never changed before. It's never going to change in the future. That's what it is. 15 years ago, there's a lot of throws quarterbacks would never have made because they said the guy's covered. Now they make them. They throw them. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I see on film or even in our games where you're saying, okay, that guy's covered, guy still throws in the ball, and guy still makes a catch. He's an athlete. That's just the way it is.
How much you stress, I guess, ball disruption? That's a term Mike used earlier in the week, and does that include batting down passes, trying to get fumbles out?
Well, it does. It's getting your hand. It's a lot of different things that we've tried to stress. Is defensive line getting your hands up, trying to tip balls. Obviously, defensive backs trying to bat balls, trying to knock the ball out run after catch, or the running back trying to get the ball out and strip them. We've tried to emphasize it a lot, and we're trying to achieve that.
You mentioned that quarterbacks are taking maybe some more chances there. Is that the case maybe with Butler last week too? That pretty decent coverage in a lot of situations, but the quarterback threw the ball anyway.
I tell you, I mean, I coached secondary a long time, and long time, and that doesn't bother me. It just doesn't. Do I want to see him complete it? Do I want it? No. But all I care was Malcolm in position to make the play, and like on the one on the touchdown. The other thing is the receivers are great they aren't pushing off. It's not going to get called, but they ward off. I might want to put it that way. It's not a blatant push, but there's a subtle way of being able to nudge a guy, just like there is in defensive backs, if you can do it and try to get away with it. They're good at it. The good ones are really good at it, and they're never going to get called, and it's hard to defend. But he was in position on both plays. One, he just kind of missed the ball, and the second one, I mean, he had body on body, and the guy did a good job of leaning into him a little bit and pulling away. I got no problem with that.
How do you like what you've seen from your outside backers as far as ability to generate pressure?
It's been good. Just got to keep getting better. It's we're never ever satisfied. But I think it's a lot. We've gotten some good pressure out of him.
Cooper becoming a real red zone priority for them?
What's that?
Has Hooper become a real red zone priority for them?
Yeah, I think just in general, I think just kind of, you know, what happens a lot of time in a red area is when you got a guy like Julio Jones or you got guys like that, you're going to get double covered and stuff like that. And anytime you double cover somebody, you're not double covering somebody else. And then if you try to play a zone, you know, they try to hit the zones on you. That's really not double covering Julio. And so, you know, I think anytime you get a good tight end or any good receiver that's opposite a great dynamic receiver, you know, they're going to always be a problem in the red zone.